That's what we're bumping up against. People really do feel like there are winners and losers, and that for us to do better, somebody else has to suffer. And we're trying to let everybody know that we don't want what you have. I just want what's for me.
Yes.
And
Perfect,
I want you not to block that. So I love that you guys are involved as much as you are. I'm from the East Side. I went to Sam Houston High School. I'm a graduate of Sam Houston High School. So what I like to do is I find myself regular times back at the school, back at the community, because I like to mentor the kids. I like to tell them that we have to be involved, because so many times we feel like we don't have a voice. You know, we're raised to think that nobody cares about the East Side. The military comes here and they're told not to come to the East Side. Do you know they're still telling the bases that? When trainees come here, that they can visit the city but don't go to the East Side. So we're trying to combat that. I want my kids to know that they can be whatever they want to be. They have those opportunities just like anybody else. We go to school, we get an education, we get trades, whatever we need to do to better ourselves. Because ultimately, I believe this fight is really fought with money. We've got to get more money in our communities.
That's for sure.
We got to get, because people understand dollars and cents. Politicians, unfortunately, do what the people who have money tell them to do. So my goal, as a crowd, I told you I've been in corporate America since I was 14 years old. So I see the impact that finance and money and all that kind of thing has on us as a people. Not just people of color, all people.
All people.
And so I really try to educate people, educate our youth about credit, about budgeting, just things like that, because I'm looking at it as a long game. How do we better our people and put us in better position to be what we want for ourselves?
And that's some of the programs that we're working on, is coming up with programs that are developing that. And so we're hoping that through working with the city council and coming up with real programs that can do that can take youth and that can mentor them and that can train them in all these different aspects that make a better quality of life. We feel that's how you rebuild the equity in a community.
Right.
It starts with actually training how, because these are things that if you live in a wealthy community, you don't have to be trained.
Right.
You're taught by the age of 16. You know how to open a bank account. You probably have a bank account. You probably will have a credit card before you're 18, if not by the age of 18. So now it's us teaching our youth to come up and do the same thing, to teach them to be entrepreneurs and business owners. Not only can you work for someone, you can also invest and create your own.
We have to give all this information, because I'm gonna be honest, I'll be 50 next year, but that wasn't something the generation before me was able to do for me.
Yes.
Now I'm in a better position that I'm able to do it for the one behind me.
Yes.
So that's my goal. It's just to make. We want people to do the right thing by us, but sometimes we have to make sure we're doing the right thing by ourselves. For ourselves, and then it puts us in a position to be like, hey, help us, because we're helping ourselves.
Black Lives Matter.
And even piggyback on